MEU is a simulation of EU politics, held every year in Strasbourg's European Parliament. 180 participants come every year to the Parliament and take on the roles of ministers, MEPs, lobbyists, journalists and interpreters.
MEU is a mixture of things. It's coming here to having fun, meeting a lot of people, having an educated debate on pressing topics which are relevant to everyone, and at the end of the day just having a general good time.
MEU for me is an amazing experience where you get to meet people from not even just the 28 countries of the European Union but several other countries besides.
MEU has been a great challenge for me because as a psychology student it has been quite a change to dive in EU politics.
MEU is a very great opportunity to get to know many people from all over Europe, so to get to discover other cultures and also to understand what are the decision procedures in the European Parliament.
Participants come to MEU to learn firsthand about EU politics, and they do this through simulating 2 legislative proposals, but also by learning with 180 participants from all over Europe and from different backgrounds. This makes it particularly interesting, but also incredibly fun.
More than anything else, I think it's an opportunity to put yourself in someone else's shoes.
My role is interpreter, and I have to translate what the speakers say. I translate in French for the French participants, and when they want to speak into the mother tongue, then I translate from French into English to the other participants.
I'm a chair, effectively. I moderate the debates together with my co-chair for the best part of the day, making sure that everything in the debate is going in order and people are respecting the rules of procedure. It can be a bit of a precarious position sometimes, seeing that the participants may not always get the decisions which are in their favour. However, there's a lot of mutual respect for everyone, and we certainly do enjoy it.
As a Brit, or as a Scot I guess, it was with slight trepidation that I became the Minister for France, but it's been a really informative experience, so it was really interesting to try and play politics with French politics.
I applied for the journalist position because I knew it is going to be very engaging, both socially and in terms of content. And this has been the case so far. But what I haven't expected is the feeling of working for a deadline that's coming like in 10 minutes and really feeling how dependent you are on each other. Because within the journalist team, we do work under a lot of pressure, but also we celebrate each other's achievements a lot, and it is amazing how we've managed to become one. And to be honest, I do think this is the best position, so yeah, give it a try.
I'm studying interpreting, and actually it's a good opportunity to have a kind of almost real professional experience, and in this way you can translate for people who are different from your usual teachers, and I suggest people to apply for it if they want to become an interpreter and test their own skills.
I was a member of European Parliament back in 2012, and it was such a great experience being in Strasbourg, being in the European Parliament and meeting such interesting and diverse people that all I could do was come back, and I needed to find a way to come back. So when the opportunity arose to apply for chairperson, I immediately took it. Thankfully, somehow, by some God's grace, I was chosen, and I'm back here this year. It feels so good to be back and to meet all these great people, and it's wonderful.
It seemed like an amazing opportunity. I'm also heavily interested in politics, and I actually work in my national parliament back home. So this just seemed like a step up, a step to become the member of parliament rather than just work for one. So it was very interesting.
A very close friend of mine who was a participant back in 2011 was constantly telling me how I must apply because this is one of the best things you can do during your university years. So I didn't have much of a doubt, and all the stories about how people debate on topics they're far from believing in reality was very interesting. So I decided to try it on my own, and I can't be more grateful for being here.
You get to meet people from so many different countries. You get to, if you don't speak English that well, as I don't, to be honest, you get to practice your English. It's phenomenal. There's also interpreters, which they're also amazing. Yeah, I can't recommend it enough.
You need to learn how to compromise. You need to learn how to work within a group, and that doing what you want and trying to push forward your own agenda is not always the best way to go. So perhaps I've learned patience, I've learned to mature a bit more, and in general improve on these kind of soft skills.
During these days, I learned about the making decision procedures in the European Parliament. I also learned how interpreting is working in the European Parliament.
I've learned actually how hard politics is in an international arena. In the European Parliament and the European Council, there are so many different positions. It's not as simple as just black and white, right and left. It's how complex the European institutions can be.
After the conference, many participants joined the organizing team in order to relive the MEU experience. The team is very diverse, with different nationalities, personalities and interests. We meet 4 times a year to bring you the conference that helps make friends for life.
MEU is the most awesome thing that you will take part in your young life. If you really want to enrich yourself, contribute to your own education, which was not through just books and going to lectures. You want to learn something and you want to meet new people. That is what MEU is about. You are going to have a great experience throughout the week. Love it so much that you might even shed a tear at the end because you have to leave. And that is why so many people decide to come back, because they're going to miss each other, they're going to miss Strasbourg, they're going to miss the European Parliament, and they just need to come back.
You come here, you challenge yourself, and you reach heights you have never imagined before.
It's honestly exceeded expectations. Like it's been a phenomenal weekend.